Okay, so today is kind of a big day where I'm going to be reintroducing my Permadeath first playthrough format for new games that just came out, which I typically never really do that. I think the closest thing I do is probably like sometimes I'll play it like I was doing on my Saturday format, like Diablo 4. I played that right when it came out or in like the pre-release phase, but I didn't make a full playthrough out of it. I just did it as sort of a one-off session where I'll play it once just to try it out when it came out, and then that's it. Then I could make a series out of it later. This will be a full committed playthrough where it's one of two things: either I'll beat the game and then move on to something else, or I'll die and the playthrough's over. And I always set like a rule that I can't, if I fail a first playthrough permadeath, whether it be with an old game or new game or whatever, I have to not play the game again for at least 6 months to a year. And so that creates a big penalty state, because it wouldn't be enough to say, oh, if I die, I just can't, I can just try again. I can just restart and play again. That's meaningless then, that it's permanent. So it creates a real penalty state. And some of the funny moments with that is like, I miss out not only on the rest of the game for a long time, but on the whole series. Like, a couple years ago, I was doing a first playthrough permadeath of Danganronpa, right? And I lose to the first case villain, basically, and die. So now, not only did I not finish that game, and I still haven't played it again in 2 years. So even though I say the 6-month rule is the minimum, I often don't play it again for a long time, even after that. And I still haven't played it even till now, again. But what it does is, now I missed out on that game, but then if I had beaten it, I probably would have played the sequels or something else in the series. And so I miss out on the whole series because of that. And the same thing happened like with The Witcher. I go to play the original Witcher first playthrough permadeath, and then I die relatively early on. So obviously if I had beaten that, because I've never played any of the Witcher games, I would have obviously played part 2 or part 3 at some point. It would have opened the door. But instead, again, I miss out on all 3 now just to that, because I die in some dumb way or whatever is my fault. But that's also what I like about the format so much, is there's like a high stakes, and again, it's really creates like a canonical ending almost too. For like in Danganronpa, I lose to the first case villain, so that wasn't just like, oh, that's just a game over and then you can try again. That was like the canonical ending that I made, like an alternate ending for me, because that's the last time I've seen the game, and that's really how my game ended. So if I never play the game again, or even if I do, that creates like a historical footnote, like that's how my character died, and that's actually the alternate ending, real true ending that I got, right? Not that it is an alternate ending, but that's what it turns it into, right? However you die gets immortalized, like, oh, that's really how this character dies in the story, in this game, in this playthrough, and then he's gone forever, and that's it. That's actually how the story ends. So you turn every ending, every game over, into an alternate ending. So whatever moment exactly that happens at does become sort of memorialized in a pretty badass way, because yes, it's upsetting that you fail, which of course, is part of the immersion and makes it so much more meaningful, everything you do. But even if you do fail, it's cool, because it's like, now you'll remember that moment forever. Leon Kuwata, the clown, fucking, is laughing at me, talking shit, and I lose that because I can't win the DDR little mini game in there. And again, I miss out on the game and the whole series. So again, the whole options are either you beat the game, which I'll take my time and be completionist and stuff like that. Like, I'm not trying to just beat it as quickly as possible. But either I beat the game, and then maybe next month we could do another new game that comes out next month. That's how I'm going to try to treat it. Or if I die again, the playthrough's over, and then that's just it. Which that could get kind of expensive, because I just spent $50 on it, right? And if I do that, then if I die like in this session right here, like I play it for an hour and die, then I just wasted $50 on a 1-hour session. And if I keep doing that with new games every month or whatever on a regular basis, that could get very expensive. So that's another penalty for it as well. But yeah, I just haven't, again, I always do my permadeath first playthrough format for pretty much everything I do, even like multiplayer games, like Overwatch 2 comes out, and then I play, I'm going to play as every single character until I lose a game, and then when I run out, then the series is over, right? I did that. But even like, again, old games like, oh, I'm playing Pokemon Y for the first time, even though it's, 10 plus years old, whatever. But it's permadeath first playthrough. If I die, I can't, the playthrough's over. So I do that with everything, but typically I've been doing it with older games. And I guess the reason why I don't like to do it with, or even just play new games in general, is because there's so many old games that I haven't gotten around to, and I kind of like to let the excitement build for something new and kind of let it simmer. But the consequence is then I have games sitting around for a long time that I probably should play, and then it opens you up to get spoiled on it in some way that I don't really like Breath of the Wild. I still haven't played, even though the sequels come out. Like, there's going to be a third game in that series, assuming it's still in the same storyline, or if they just go somewhere else with it. That's actually unusual about that game, because normally the Zelda games don't connect like that in the series. I guess Majora's Mask kind of does with Ocarina of Time, but a lot of the other ones are just like reincarnations or alternate, universes, if you will. Yeah, we're gonna look at Slitterhead. I don't know anything about it. It seems to be Japanese, just based on some of the text on the title card. I haven't even seen any images from the game. I don't know anything about it, just based on the name or the whatever idea behind it seems to be. I would assume it's an action game. I try to look at as little as possible, even when I'm buying it on Steam. It's action, probably hack and slash, something of the sort, I would assume, which means it could be very easy to die. I mean, if it's like a story game or something, it can be much less likely, even though I just said how it happened in Danganronpa. And I tend to choose the highest difficulty even, so if there is a difficulty setting, that could be very bad, very dangerous, but also they sometimes lock the highest difficulty on a first playthrough anyway, so that's not my fault then. But no, I'd have to have somebody give me a beaten version of the game, save file, just so I can choose the highest difficulty, even though it's still a first playthrough for me. That's the extent to which I would go to, but yeah, it's pretty high stakes. I do always do this format again with games in general. I used to do this more on my old channel where I would play newer games right when they came out and do the permadeath first playthrough. And it creates like this sort of pseudo vision that, oh, I could do like a world's first permadeath run because, it would have made more sense if I did this right when it came out. It's like a week ago now, on like a little over a week, like the 8th or something it came out. So then it's like, oh, if I happen to just beat the game and doing a permadeath run, I might be the first person ever to have really done that, because maybe everybody doesn't, nobody's really doing it like that. It might happen just by accident or incidentally, but nobody's really trying to do a permadeath run, so everybody will just die and normal stuff. So you might actually be able to do that. The problem with me doing that is I don't want to rush it, so it'll still take me a super long time to actually beat it. So I don't really care about that, but it creates that sort of precedent. And on my old channel, I may well have done that without even realizing it, because I would play a lot longer sessions. So if I beat the game in a couple days, I might be the first person to ever have done a permadeath run of that, just because nobody's really even trying to, right? But again, sometimes it might just happen incidentally, like somebody might just beat the game without dying just because they're good, just like me or whatever. But this opens the door for me doing it with GTA 6, obviously. When that comes out, I want to do a first playthrough permadeath, or, so many good games that you could do it with. So I guess the criteria is sort of, I would want to do it like on a monthly basis, but I can't promise that because, again, since I don't stream that much and I'm only playing like an hour a day, even if I do it every day, which I generally might do, like my 3 formats right now are kind of this, which will be like, again, do a permadeath first playthrough of a new game. So like I could say I'll do one every month. So this is November's game. Then if I'm done with this by December, or if I die or whatever happens, then I can do another one for December. So the criteria on choosing the games is it has to be an original game, right? Like it can't be a remake or a port or a remaster or something like that, or an indie game that's been in like early access for 2 years and now it's finally coming out. No, this game, as far as I could tell, came out, period, just now, a week ago. And there's no compunction about it. It can't be like, oh, it came out in 2022, but now it's finally out of early access. I don't want to mess with all that. It's got to be just fully, genuinely new, preferably AAA, and just some sort of big name new titles that I typically wouldn't normally play. And so, yeah, it'll fit in that criteria. It also probably shouldn't be a sequel unless I played the previous games in the series, because I'm very particular about that. I want to play like all the games in order. So again, if it's a sequel, remaster, remake, port, if it's an indie game, if it's any of those, or again, like something out of early access, all those I'll try to avoid. So if it's something genuinely new, right? So we'll do this for November, then sometime December, if we beat this, whatever, we could keep doing this every single month. So it'll be one new game every month. I'd like to do that as a regular format. And I at least have the freedom to do this now because I don't have like a fixed schedule as far as what my categories are. I was doing that until very recently, where every day I have a fixed category. Now I don't have that. So even though I don't have a ton of time still, I could do this pretty much every day, because my 3 formats are, again, it's going to be this, which I'm introducing today. It's going to be chess, where I'm just trying to get to 2,000 on the chess or whatever. So I do that whenever I have time, or as like a filler category. And then the third thing is that permadeath horror game gauntlet that I was trying to do, where I go through a bunch of horror games until I die. And they're all like the microphone enabled ones that were supposed to be like Don't Knock Twice was supposed to be one, but I guess it wasn't. Or Emily Wants to Play It All. I have like 10 different ones that I got on sale just because I wanted to do that. I got in the mood to try it on Halloween, because on Halloween I'm like, okay, let me try to play a horror game, and then I happen to find this subgenre of games that can hear your microphone as you play, And so then I kind of got hooked on that idea, and so I wanted to make a whole gauntlet out of it. So all 3 of those formats are open, and again, I can always just do random stuff too, but I want those to be kind of the 3 main ones. And again, this seems like a good thing to commit to. There's a few problems that it poses though for me. Again, I like to take my time and be completionist, but I also, it could be one extreme or the other. It'll take me forever to beat the game, where, you know, it could take me even over a month if I'm only playing an hour a day and I'm really being slow paced. You'd be surprised. You know, I like to take my time. I'm not going to want to rush through it. So it could take too long in that sense, or it could be too short in the sense that if I die, it's over too quickly, you know, if I die early or something. So it creates that duality, but that is part of the intrigue and the immersion, that it's very high stakes. And so if it does last a very long time, that just means I'm doing good, and that's, you know, my reward for doing that. So that's fine. Yeah, every month I could pick one game and do it like that, and that would be a fun way to go about it. So the one thing I got sort of baited on, it took me a little longer to start because I was going to play it with my mouse, but then it immediately says, even before you open the game on Steam, it says that that could be a real hard mode, play it in Japanese or something. There's this really funny moment with like Asmongold or somebody where like he's starting Sekiro and everybody's telling him to play in Japanese. Like he's getting mad about it. Like, why the fuck would I play in Japanese? Like authentic, like the dubbed version's always better in an anime. But no, it's going to be where I was on Steam before I even opened the game, and it says, oh, this game requires a controller. Not really requires, but oh, it's suggested and it works better. So then I had to go and get that and set it up, and so I'm using my PS5 controller. So here we go. This mark displays while saving. Do not close the application. Okay. So again, I don't know anything about this, so it's the fun of just going in fresh in addition to the high stakes of the format. And again, this isn't very unusual as far as the format for me, because I do that with everything. Just, again, if I go back and play an old game, I'll do a first playthrough permadeath. If I'm playing a multiplayer game, I'll do some sort of permadeath gauntlet rotation with the characters or the teams or whatever. So all that stuff is pretty consistent. You know, just what's unusual is that I don't typically make a full series out of something as much anymore. And I especially don't do it with stuff that is new. And so I wonder how, like, story focused this is going to be. And it is like mature too, so Twitch always does that now, where it'll say, oh, it's mature, so it'll auto put it in that category just based on the game's rating. I think the first game I saw that happen was with Frostpunk like a year ago sometime, where it's like, of all the games, you would think Frostpunk, a game that's like some 4X city builder type thing, is really the first mature game we get to try. That's at least flagged like that properly. And what might actually happen here is not that my computer is bad, but that it might actually not be. I certainly won't be able to do max settings if you assume that PS5 is what we're using. Let's see what else they even Xbox, just Xbox in general, not Xbox Series S or what. Difficult. Okay, dude. I'm obligated to do it. I have to do it. Ah, oh, fuck me. You know, it's better when the it's better when the game doesn't give you the option of difficulty, so then it's just a baseline. Even difficult games like Dark Souls, right, that expect you to die over and over, that would be very punishing for this sort of format. Oh, shit. I gotta add that shit to my title, too. On Nightmare Mode, too. Who do you think I am, bro? The problem, and I'm not used to using a controller, really, especially in the kind of setup and angle that I'm at right now. You might actually be able to hear it a lot because it's, like, right next to my mic. I wasn't expecting to even use a controller because I didn't know exactly what this game was going to be, but I guess it makes sense. Any game that involves like driving or vehicles or combat is going to typically be like that. But then again, with aiming, if you're shooting with like a gun, then it's much preferable to have a mouse. And even by developers' concessions, because they'll give you like auto aim if you have a controller, unlike console, and you don't need auto aim like lock on with a mouse, so that tells you right there it's better. But I'm gonna do the highest difficulty, but the loophole is, yeah, I'd rather do a first playthrough permadeath of a game like Dark Souls or Elden Ring, probably, because it doesn't have a difficulty setting, right? Even though it's inherently difficult in a lot of ways, you can kind of subvert it and do what you got to do with your build and stuff. Not that you'll know because it's the first playthrough, but the problem here is because they're offering a difficulty, I'm obligated to take the highest one. So it would have been better if it just didn't have a setting, right? Or if one of them was locked behind beating the game, so I can't do anything about it. Right, this is like Alice Nightmare Mode where I did that. Alice Madness Returns, first playthrough in the Nightmare Mode. Easy, normal, hard, Nightmare. Fuck me. All right. Auto turn camera. Camera will automatically turn. Auto turn at building corners. Camera will automatically turn. I assume this will be fine. Dash operation. Oh, I don't know if I'm ready for this now with that. Oh, God. Timing assist. I mean, this is what it's all about, dude. Switch assist on or off automatically climbing. I kind of don't want any form of assist, but I don't know. Dash operation. Climbing. And you know, again, games can be punishing in that sense. Like, typically games will be super easy that, like, at the beginning, right? So for the first couple hours, even if you are going to die or even if you are bad or whatever, it's not going to be too punishing or too difficult for a while. But some games will sort of blindside you. So those are the kind of ones that, if it was like, oh, Dark Souls 4 is coming out and I have to do it with that, like, you're going to be fucked. But, you know, that's why I take my time at the beginning too, because I might discover something or do something that'll help me survive. It's like I'm not just reading all the flavor text and everything and being so thorough because I'm a completionist, but it's also tied to my survival. All that thoroughness could lead to me doing something that I might have missed that might end up saving me later. Assist on or off for automatically climbing. I don't really understand that, but now we're going to die to some climbing thing, like dying to the fucking going on the tightrope in LA Noire like a clown. That's how Cole Phelps died, one of my many canonical endings. Dot display in the center of the screen. I mean, I don't know exactly how this is going to work, but screen distortion for sight jack. When nearing a concealed enemy, so there might be some sort of stealth aspect to it. Button assignment settings default. I mean, you would think it would sort of, oh, we're gonna get a vibration like right in the fucking mic too, though. I guess I can turn it off. Like, oh, that's gonna be weird. I actually do want to keep it on, but it might happen too much. So how do you save it? It says cancel, but let's see if that actually saves. Nightmare, PS5. Camera auto moving is fine. That's fine. This seems like, oh, it's babying you, so I don't want those. I don't know what that's going to be. The one thing I might turn off later is just the rumble if it gets annoying. Or it's actually asking me here too. Let's actually read what they say. Bro, let's just make this an intro session so I can totally do the rest of it tomorrow. Wink, wink. Oh, now I'm scared because of this fucking shit. Imagine you should have to beat the game on hard, so I would have done that, and then you unlock Nightmare mode. Or maybe you unlock something even higher. It's not going to be like a bullet hell game, is it? Because those can be really fucking tough too. Select the combat difficulty. Difficulty can be changed during the game, but I won't. Reduce combat difficulty. A suitable difficulty for those who wish to focus on the story. Yeah, we play a game called Slitterhead for the story, by the way. And I'm certainly going to use that title at some point that I even talked about yesterday or something like Slitterhead, but I barely know her, because it's like the poker, but I barely know her, like a wordplay thing. And it's pretty dark, actually, in this interpretation. Like, it sounds like you're saying slit her head. Why would I do that? I don't even know her. Reduce combat difficulty. A suitable difficulty for those who wish to focus on the story. A difficulty level for those who wish to both enjoy the story and the challenging combat. Assuming difficulty makes it so that you can't enjoy the story. Select the combat difficulty. Difficulty can be... Okay. This difficulty is for players who have confidence in their action game capabilities. And this is for players like me. For those who enjoy extreme thrills and despair. As you can tell by the format itself. Even that sound is ominous. Although, okay, now the mouse is gonna keep doing that or what? I don't want to keep seeing that. That breaks my immersion. All characters, groups, and places are fictional. I never would have guessed. No relation whatsoever to real people group. Oh, it's cool that it at least lets you advance it at your own will. I might actually have to change my position. I don't know if I'm confident. Like, I'm kind of in a weird... Because I haven't been doing anything besides playing chess lately. So what if I... This is going to be weird. I don't know about this. Hang on. Okay, so I changed my whole setup. That's how you know I'm going to be taking this serious. But, you know, I didn't expect it to have the nightmare mode, nor did I expect it to have the using a controller. So this position's a little bit different. It's kind of more suited for that. I don't know. I don't have the spacing for the controller normally because now it's bugging out a little bit. Okay, all characters, groups, places, events are fictional, have no relation whatsoever to real people, groups, places, or events. This game is purely for entertainment purposes and represents no opinion whatsoever on real cultures, faiths, politics, etc. Just how the Barbie movie offended the Chinese government for showing some map that didn't include Taiwan or whatever the hell it was. Like, you know, imagine getting offended by a movie about a fucking doll. Okay, the mic's position might be a little bit off, so it might not actually be ideal. Let me see. This is, at least we're getting in the mindset to do something like this, but I guess most games wouldn't necessarily require this. If I'm just using the mouse and keyboard, it wouldn't be that big of a deal. No opinion on faith, politics, etc. This game is intended for adults and includes representation of violent sexual activities and gore. Additionally, a small percentage of people may experience photosensitivity seizures. Viewer discussion is advised. Seems a little quiet, actually, based on this, but my thing is turned up. Is it going to be like badly dubbed over in English because it's a Japanese game, or initial game design story? But no, I like going in when I know nothing about the story whatsoever. Or the key image. Oh, I gotta talk over maybe the copyrighted music. I wasn't thinking about that. That should be fine. Whereas sometimes you would think they would be cognizant of that, or there should almost be like a streamer mode option where it turns that thing off, but they're not really thinking about that all the time. But no, it's like she's like holding a mask all the time. Like the world's gonna go to shit and go to some dystopian thing where you can act out all your crazy, I don't know, whatever it is that's going to happen. Creature design. Based on this intro, you would think like, what creatures? What creatures are you talking about? It's just a normal world, like nothing's going on. I'll have to make a point to talk more here just because I don't want the music to be an issue. Why did it have to start just like that, dude? Yeah, I like how they place such an emphasis on the difficulty stuff. I can't really understand what they're saying. Not just because I'm talking to, but maybe you're not meant to. It's like some dire warning over the radio that, oh, some zombie apocalypse is going to start or something. But no, it's a case where you know, oh, like choose this difficulty if you want the story to be the emphasis, like as if that really matters. In a game like this, I don't think that you'd be playing this game for the story. Oh, that's one way to avoid having to dub it. Just don't even have any dialogue, period. That's going to be how the whole game is. We play this game for the story. I wouldn't mind if it was just a detective game, but it obviously is not going to be. Or it could be some sort of weird subgenre, detective combat game. Cool title card. It's always interesting to compare, like, what if this was a movie, like with the same sort of story as anything else, and like, oh, if The Last of Us was a movie, it wouldn't be that big of a deal. It would just be called Children of Men. Just basically a similar storyline. Like, it wouldn't be as raved about. So sometimes we give undue credit to game stories that, like, if it was just a movie, nobody would care. But oh, it's a game with a moderately decently well-written story, and then oh, it's the greatest thing in the world. At least if there's some choice dynamic, which there isn't in The Last of Us, then it would be more meaningful to say that. But I chose English, dude. Wait, it's even written in... Wait, what? It's one thing, like, if it's, you know, somebody's actually speaking in Japanese, that's fine, but it should at least translate it to English in the subtitle. Yeah, it'll start off nice and calm and peaceful before everything goes to shit. Or maybe that's meant to be in, like, some sort of alien language. Yeah, animals are always perceptive of some shit about to go down, more than anything else. Possess. L1. Gonna be like Beyond Two Souls, where you keep taking over shit with the Aiden. This makes me seem like I'm the bad guy. I'm gonna be possessing everybody and fucking making them monsters. The spirit you, I am. A dog. Where am I? I'll voice act it myself because they're speaking either Japanese or some unknown alien language. Move, operate, camera. This could be cool for like different combat and gameplay styles though if you keep switching between different things. Especially if you can do it at will at any time. And of course, nobody suspects a thing. Don't draw any attention to yourself, but I do want to see like every interaction possible. The brains were how creepy. Almost sounds like one of those monster things at Slitterhead. Yeah, bad for business. But they already know what those things are. But they're kind of giving you exposition as to how they work. Which, of course, isn't just for story. No, I have to use that for strategic purposes. They could save my life, because this is how I always say it like that when I'm... Like, why are you reading all the flavor text? Oh, because it could save my life later. I know. This smell. This almost makes me think of The Thing. This is how The Thing starts, where an entity is in a dog, and it sort of starts to sense display for a set time. Or I could just keep doing it over and over, or what? Where The Thing starts off and it's in a dog, and the one Norwegian guy says, oh, that's not a dog, that's The Thing. If you could understand Norwegian, it would have solved the whole story. I'm very sorry, but I don't have anything on me right now. Perhaps you should go try to go to a busier street. Hee, farewell. But why are you talking to me like I can understand what you're saying? A nice invisible wall there. Like, yeah, The Thing starts out in a dog, and you could have ended it right there, and then it keeps taking over everybody else. I'm going to be a little OCD about, you always got to flesh out how much is it going to let you interact with over the course of the game, and how exactly does the game work. You got to really feel it out. I don't seem to be having any issue with my graphics, but I'm kind of curious a little bit as to restart from any checkpoints. I almost shouldn't be allowed to do that, because that could be seen as a way of me trying to avoid what was about to kill me. I want to see, first of all... No, I guess the subtitles corrected themselves. He was just speaking in a way that I wasn't meant to understand. But... what was I saying? Wait, what setting did I just say? Maybe they don't have it. The fact that... Oh yeah, like graphic settings. Is it not going to let me do it from here? Gameplay. How do you change like the... Oh, it's going to keep going. Okay. Most of this I don't really care about, unless it's like an auto aim type of thing. Controller settings. Button alignment, controller vibration, which I may end up having to turn that off. Sensitivity, of course, the higher the better. You are at aiming, as I always say, but I'm not. Dead zone. Set the dead zone for left stick. If your character moves on its own, try decreasing this value. Key assignment, like sort of the graphics is on medium. I'm not going to question it, because again, I'm using a gaming laptop, and it's from like 2 years ago, so clearly, or maybe like 4 years ago actually now. I can't remember, but it's it's good, but I don't want to overburden it. I'm fine with that. It looks pretty good still, and it doesn't seem to be lagging or anything. Oh no, I should fail right there because of that. I'm supposed to be a pacifist. Yeah, even the spirit's getting impatient with me, but not really with me, because I guess I could be the rebellious spirit of the dog. Are you gonna get run over by a fucking car and die like that? Like the dogs, I'm trying to roleplay as the dog fighting back against the spirit and resisting its influence. That's why I'm going around OCD looking at every little thing. The Kolung slums are going to be totally shut down. Sounds like people are refusing to leave and are sticking around though. Apparently the slums are going to be totally shut down. Yeah, we get it. Your NPC is like repeating her dialogue immediately. Probably have nowhere else to go. I didn't even do anything to draw attention to myself. Or you can go there, so I'm already being... Oh no, you're meant to go there. Okay, very linear already. But no, like my completionist tendency is always shut down and broken down by the fact that... And all these cars are just going to be in the exact same place forever, I bet. Or as I say that, I might get run over. It's a case where you have... you know, if it's an open world game, I can't say that like, oh, I'm at 100% because that could take hundreds of hours and something, but whatever. A game like this maybe isn't going to be like that. But generally, that would be my completionist tendency in the past. A dog can't move you like that when it's just kind of walking around, dude. How P? This is like supposed to be a store, but how the fuck do you even get in there? Average store in China. Average apartment space in China. I'm not trying to be a dick to people either, but they're just so sensitive. It's a case where, you know, you have to be careful in story scripted interaction moments like this too. You might do something that you're not meant to. Like, you can do that in the beginning of The Last of Us, where you can piss off a guard in the town before you even do anything, and he'll just shoot you if you dick around too much. Yeah, that's what, like, MMOs broke the completionist in me. I always tried 100% games as a kid, and then when I play an MMO, I finally have to. Or like the lip syncing is kind of bad, even though you're not even speaking English, so you don't even have to change it for that. Over there, cannot go. That is point the camera at a target to highlight it, then possess the life form to move your consciousness to it. Oh, this is going to be a cool mechanic. But it kind of makes me seem like I'm the bad guy. Possess the human ahead. Okay. Well, what if I want to explore the other way first? Oh, that one. Why not just the guy who's blocking us? End. Oh, just like I did the objective. Different body. This one can think. And that's an insult to dogs. Dogs can think, just not as well as that. Now, can we make him let us through? Or we're just moving on from the dog, like we don't care. But now I already missed something that we could have potentially gone to the right that way. Yeah, like you play an MMO for the first time and you realize like it would take a lifetime to try to 100% it, or you can't even keep up with all if there's updates and expansions. So, and that between that and open world games, you kind of have that element break. Like MMOs and open world games break the completionist within you and just say, okay, now fuck it, I don't even care, because you'll never be able to do it. Over there to another one. Okay. I kind of keep trying to hold it down, I guess. Yeah, like, I'm getting kind of used to this. So it's his first time too, I guess. Whatever the spirit is. Where am I? I cannot remember anything. And you're kind of talking to yourself already, so you're crazy. You can seemingly just do this to anyone whenever you want, so we don't have to be the violent type where, you know, we're not making a point to try to kill anybody yet. We're just taking them over and using them just to advance. Kind of a little stuttery in these cutscenes, but I don't know if that's really my fault. This is why it said there'll be sexual content in the rating. I was wondering, like, this doesn't seem like the kind of game that... Or is this going to be actually the Slitterhead itself? I guess so. This is very much like the thing, I guess. But I guess we're not. Well, we're an entity too, so I don't get it. Can we take over that thing? Flee from the monster. Post death. Now, does this count as an overall death, or was that meant to happen? Transfer to another life form. Operate camera. Descend. If the body is being possessed, your soul will be ejected from it. Look around to find a new body. If you cannot possess, okay, so you get another chance at least. So that I was gonna say. If you cannot possess somebody within the time limit, it's game over. Humans on the other side walls. On the other side of walls will. This is very important because whatever I do now is gonna be. This is when you have to really understand what you're doing. Humans on the other side of walls will glow blue through the wall. However, your soul cannot pass through walls. Move your soul around, and once a body is within line of sight, it can be possessed. Why can't we just possess the thing itself? Wait. I'm seeing it go yellow for a second. Okay, there we go. Now we don't even have to do anything else. And it was kind of just standing there. What is that thing? So we're as freaked out by it as anything else, as if we're not like a body. It's like we're splitting the thing into two parts. Why is it after just us anyway? I don't know if we have like a sprint command yet. Like that part of the thing is the one that fucks with people's bodies and, you know, transforms like that. But we're the one that actually takes over people's bodies. If a host dies, the protagonist will lose a soul. If you lose 3 souls, his own soul will vanish. Okay, so not to count that first thing as actually dying, even though it seemed like maybe I could have moved there and tried to prevent it. Obviously, that'll be the thing. So if we lose 3, we die, and obviously we get a chance to possess again, as we just saw. There's really nothing I can do, though. I'm moving at a slow speed, which makes this thing try to be less intimidating. I didn't even see really who we were taking over, so I can sense it, a strange scent. Okay, we can hop there, although I was sort of waiting for it to try to... Oh shit, I was going to try to this guy's at least a little faster. This part is an analogy for Darwinism, that the slowest won't go on to survive. At least if we're in a public place, it's not going to chase us because everybody would see it. It is not coming after me. What in the world was that? What is going on? What should I do? I must eliminate them all. What, all the people or just the Slitterhead? But you only see in one of them so far, or you assume that they're all like that. All people become like that. You wouldn't know the difference. So I almost could have just died there. I'm almost curious to see whether you could avoid it the first time, though.
Hurry back, okay? Remember, we have a patient first thing in the morning.
And it seems like I got hit again, but then it didn't actually kill me there. This is supposed to be on nightmare mode, but they probably go on easy on you in the tutorial. Imagine if that actually counted as the death, though. And because it's nightmare mode, you almost couldn't complain. Just getting hit once, like, you can get hit 3 times. You can probably replenish those somehow, and you can also probably, you know, it gives you a chance, obviously, in between there, and you have a time limit, so that'll be the core thing. But what about, like, the overall combat? What does that have to do with where should I go? While holding the possession button, time passes slowly, allowing you to calmly choose a possession target. Oh, this is gonna be like Watch Dogs, where you can go, well, not exactly, but you can like look at everybody and they have like a unique thing, so you can do it just for flavor. Like, it'll tell you their bank account and their story and everything. It is possible to move in this soul state to look around. Basic camera desired target. I like the puzzle solving sort of nature that this takes on, but what that at least showed was it looks like it actually crashed for a second there. I don't know exactly what would have been missed on the stream, but that invalidates the whole run, because obviously, you know, oh, I could have cheated. I would have died in that moment. You know, that always does create a problem, but I can't control it. But yeah, you got to pick somebody who's like a little bit faster. What is that? But no, it's to imply that we couldn't take over the Slitterhead thing itself. Touch the light. Remember. But yeah, I'll try to take over everybody, even if I don't have to, just for flavor's sake. This is my scattered consciousness, fragments of my lost memory. If I focus, I feel that I can use the next body a little better. During exploration, memory fragments might be located. Lost memories or objectives will return. Some abilities might even be regained. Now, are those memories from the people we've taken over time, or just from ourselves? Another similar being, I sense their waves. Where? I mean, there's just gates everywhere to force us to do that, as if we couldn't just explore around normally. This is starting to be somewhat doable. Can't go in there. This game seems to love invisible walls and stuff already so far. I feel like this mic is a little bit too low even. So it's somewhere over there, but I kind of want to take over every single person. I'm going to be very particular about doing that. There doesn't seem to be much meaning to it, though. Like, they're just random people. Like, what is really special? Somebody's going to just be, like, really fast, and so I can select out. There doesn't seem to be a penalty, really, for doing this. She's relatively fast. Or I'll just do it, like, based on appearance. Or stature. You know, oh, let's discriminate against possessing women because, oh, I'm actually doing, you know, I'm being nice to them, but, oh, they're going to be on average physically weaker. I hate to say it, but, like, you know, you'll have some Olympic gymnast. This is just going to look weird to anybody who's going around. Like, what are all these people doing? Doing this for maximum flavor. We got a completion OCD possession. Oh, we can't do it to that guy, though? Nobody's reacting or seems to notice or really care. There'll be somebody who gives us like a super special weapon or amount of flavor that we can really do something. This guy moves at a reasonable pace, but that could be an element that really makes the difference between life and death, whether we I'm going exactly where we're not meant to go, just because I don't want to do the, or your eyes sort of turn red for a second, but I imagine people can't see that. What was that? We were like bending over or something. This chick seems to be lagging my game. I don't know why it suddenly started to do that. It does not seem to be this way. Okay, it's really trying to limit me so far. Can't wait till it becomes an open world game, but it very well might not even be that kind of game. It seems like we're in the day and age, though, where like that's not even a genre anymore. Like anything can just be an open world game. So that in itself is not a genre. Like you can be an open world action game or horror game or story game or, you know, whatever. But, you know, even like LA Noire sort of tried to set the standard for that where, okay, he doesn't interrupt me this time. I don't know why exactly it crashed or when, but I just kind of noticed that, or maybe it was just the stream that I'm watching that crashed. Like on the computer, sometimes it'll do that, but no, it actually seemed to crash though. I mean, I'll go as far as it lets me go without stopping me. I'm totally just padding the playthrough's time. And that was kind of bugging out a little bit. That's maybe like the dead zone thing. It seems to work reasonably well though, the whole the whole controller with the Steam and the computer. Like I didn't have to do anything besides just plug it in. So this is a DualShock 5 or whatever PS5 controller. There doesn't seem to be like a deliberate run or walk choice though. It's like I'm not choosing to sprint. Oh, you can jump though. Now we can climb over those gates without needing to fucking, okay, this is the same thing I guess. Without needing to actually constantly switch to do it. Like what if there's not a person on the other side one time? It does seem to stutter here and there. I guess my computer can't handle this game on medium settings. Wait, so what was even up here? I did this and then I just went back down. Again, you might think, oh, you know, you're kind of wasting time, and this sort of sets the tone for the style of the playthrough, not just because I'm trying to pad it because I'm afraid I'm going to die, but it's like it sets the tone because how cool would it be if each of these characters really had like a more identity to them, but it would be way too much effort then, like, right, to give them all flavor, but there's certain archetypes and random factors that it probably serves, and it's the kind of thing that would, it's the kind of mechanic that would make you really notice that, like, the difference is like, oh, this person repeats, like this person, you know, we've seen this character model before and stuff. I don't know if I just went through here. I kind of want to explore every area of it, but again, you might think, oh, you're being tedious with that, but there's a reason why they let you do it in the first place. Guy moves at a brisk pace. We got to kind of measure out all the different speeds that it's giving us. Yeah, using the waypoint to tell you where not to go so you can explore everything else, because again, they did put it here for a reason. So sometimes the entity will even get pissed and tell me, okay, it's not there, but now there are also just invisible walls too, like it just knows. Or maybe he just said it once and then he just told me once, and now it's like you should get the hint. As if he's assuming my intention. No, my intent is to do exactly this. Or this is like the human he's possessing malfunctioning. Like, oh, he has a mind of his own and he's trying to resist my influence. Oh, she's pretty fast. Where was it? It's back over there. I feel like I've explored most of this, but there'll be some hidden flavor or something beyond just, you know... It's very hard to keep track though. Like I went up the thing, but I don't know if that's the same part of it. I don't want to feel like I'm just rushing or doing anything, skipping ahead, but at some point it also doesn't seem to be giving you that much freedom yet. That's the number one cause of death, when they like introduce a new mechanic, like going across a tightrope in LA Noire or something like that, or DDR and Danganronpa, right? The new mechanic introductions always get me. Or even the perspective that you're able to basically... It always seems like you're going faster when you first take over them, but it might be relatively the same. It's either that, or it's the fact that at the beginning of the game, when you don't know the mechanics and you're kind of learning them, or also the fact that you have... I don't know, imagine if it would let you actually get hit by a random car, but everything seems sort of scripted in a way that's like very stiff, right? Things aren't really dynamically happening. The cars are always just in the same spot. The people are always just kind of... It makes it seem like such a cool mechanic. Like, wow, you can take over anybody, but it doesn't matter really. Right? There's no meaningful attributes besides seemingly just the speed so far. But yeah, it gave me some sort of vibes from the thing. I was even mentioning that just by the sheer fact that we can possess people, not by even seeing that Slitterhead itself, but that's kind of also visually very harkening back to that. This possession, the entity must think everybody's just stupid as shit because we keep wandering around. Like, dude, he's trying to control you to just regain his memories, but you're such a moron clown. Everybody's an idiot. Okay, fine. That is right. I'm not powerless. I can possess human bodies and fight. What, you just now realized that you could possess human bodies? Remember how to fight. I am starting to remember that this body's blood, its power. Okay, why are we fighting this thing? Like, this is almost like another Slitterhead type being. Prime guard, focus on an enemy. Hold L2, okay. And you just pull out a weapon from thin air. You automatically focus while guarding. I remember this monster. Block enemy attacks with the weapon, okay. Oh, maybe this whole camera thing isn't the best though, how you... Like, I don't necessarily want the character to turn around like that. Block enemy hits with the weapon. But what do you mean? I was doing it. Blood weapon durability. Oh, you're just kind of conjuring that. After guarding against repeated attacks, your blood weapon can break. The host loses a small amount of blood when it breaks. Durability gauge is at the bottom left. Okay. By possessing another host, danger can be avoided. Human bodies are frail and quick to fall to enemy attacks. I like how it says that, as if it's from his perspective. Like, he's commenting on, like, the hunter in fucking Hollow Knight or something. If the host is near death or surrounded by enemies, try possessing a different host. That could be a cheese way to keep surviving. I like the way it thinks. So it refills that, or some people have even more than that. The spirit like this. So how do I... Okay, attack with this and evade with that. Okay, you roll like it's Dark Souls. There doesn't seem to be much of a sprint thing, though, going on. How did I block again, though? I forgot. This... Gotta go like Dark Souls style. Could have used this all when I was escaping from the chick before, though. I don't necessarily want to do that, though. Prime guard, L2. I don't necessarily want to rely on the blocking all the time, though. Like, it even just... Or I guess I could just keep exploit... Like, it won't work because... Or no, I see. It keeps coming back. No, shit. Or no, maybe it doesn't. But you got to wait for that to come back, almost like stamina, so that you're able to block effectively enough. Or I'm letting it kill my potential other targets to escape into. And these people are just there as total fodder. Or some of these people, may be getting hit as we're going about that. Oh, no. Shit, I didn't mean to do that. No. This person's almost dead. But I do like how much you can cheese this. But in really hard encounters or something, it will not let you get away with that because there won't be that many people around or something. But it's totally encouraging you to cheese already. Oh, shit, it can avoid too. Okay, we gotta just wait for that shit to come back. The one thing there just doesn't seem to be is a sprint option, which is maybe fine. Like every person just has like a fixed speed and everything. So, I mean, this is part of the nightmare mode thing. Probably the fact that it has so much goddamn health. You can roll, you can jump, you can evade everything. It is almost a little Souls-esque, not to compare every game to Dark Souls, but I wasn't expecting it to be like this. Or even the weaponry, I was wondering how that was going to come into play. Like, are we going to take over a particular character like a ninja or something who's doing all this, but like how the combat's going to work? But it turns out you can just conjure the weapon from thin air with the blood aspect. Yeah, I feel kind of unconfident in just avoiding without, like that, avoiding without blocking, because it feels kind of unnatural a little bit. And I keep locking on to seemingly one of the people there. I feel like you should try to do it where you don't actually have to block, but this thing's pretty good about hitting me nonetheless. Somewhat, I don't like the camera, but let's see. Is there somebody else? This guy seems in okay shape. What is that blue part of it? Like, that's health that I'm missing, or this guy just has a higher health pool overall? I was wondering too, like, where the fuck did you pull that weapon out of? Damn it. Oh shit. I'm getting a little complacent because, like, some of these people are I'm gonna run out of people to really work with. No, don't do that. That's cheating. He's trying to take advantage of my transformation time. This guy would have dominated every DBZ protagonist. I'm trying to do my ability and power up and everything, and you're hitting me while I'm doing that. Or hitting somebody, at least while I'm in the middle of doing that. He doesn't wait and fuck around. You should almost do it like that. And then where you're trying to prevent the need from always having to block, right? Because you're not trying to... See, I couldn't do it there, though. Don't get overconfident either. The moment before victory is the closest to... is when you always die. Like, let's try to just do it like where we roll first and then attack, and then we could roll again. Temporary boost via possession. Immediately after possessing a civilian, temporary effects are bestowed. Host abilities are enhanced for a set time. Max HP and powers are raised. Okay, that's what that blue thing I guess was. Combo one more attack, total of 3. I don't know what that means. Combo one more attack. Okay, you can normally combo with 2, I guess that means. When the temporary effects, which I typically wouldn't do that, because there are no combos in Dark Souls. It's all one hit and get out, because you got to not greed, otherwise you'll get punished for it hard, right? When the temporary effects and the special effects change, and blood level, I got to get like some more books or something to potentially put my mic on, because I can't tell if this height is exactly right. But when the temporary effects and the special effects change and blood HP reduces, and then you got to switch again. There's no limit to the number of times this can be received. It's bestowed every time a different body is possessed. A different body as in, I could do the same one again, like I switch and then I switch back, or does that mean truly a different one? An advantageous situation can be maintained by aggressively using possession, okay? I was doing it more so just to keep my, keep my health together. Come to think of it, it was always like this. What? I preferred the way it was before when there was only one of them. Wait, this isn't fair though, because what is this, dude? We gotta somehow spread them out with their attack. Oh man. And you saw how much health they had and shit too. Now are they gonna just attack people as we go? Because maybe no more people are gonna come out. You really got to split them up somehow. I don't know how. Will their health come back, or it's sort of telling me to take advantage of the combo system, but everybody's down and out. Remember how to fight. Okay, some people are just sort of spawning in. So let me maybe try to take advantage of that, but I don't know exactly if I feel confident about it. I don't really feel the need to even do that. Like, now I won't be able to block very effectively. You are basically invincible, though, if you do use this right. Oh, but now my base health is always going down. Or maybe that's just a girl thing somehow. The girls have less health then. Or they still try to go after you that way. Yeah, how did I manage to do that without them fucking... Oh, look at that. What the fuck? We haven't seen that animation yet. Or maybe I just missed it. Or I like how they're getting distracted by that so much. I guess they're sort of getting staggered a little bit. These things have low poise. Okay, let's find somebody else standing. He's sort of getting up, but not in a great shape. But no, I like how he keeps going after the one you were just playing as. I'm trying to do the triple swing that it was, you know, suggesting to me, but you would think these people would try to join in and help, but like they're just kind of indifferent to the whole situation. Okay, I can't tell if these actually have less health than the first one or if it's just the act of doing the combo thing that ends up doing that. Like, you know, we're all on the same team, so you shouldn't be afraid of me or the whole possession aspect going on. Okay, that's pretty satisfying. I like the core combat, even as random and weird as it seems. As far, oh, are they going to really do this? This must be surely because of the whole, oh shit, too low on health. This must be because of the nightmare aspect that it's doing this. I love that. You just whip that shit out from thin air. So that kind of makes the weapon seem unimpressive. Like, are you going to be able to equip weapons and change weapons in some sort of way that is otherwise... They're getting distracted by who I previously was, more so than normal even. Wait, that's the first time this one's been sort of down for the count, though. It seems this is all I can remember. Well, that's good. Oh, wow. Stop doing that. While I could continue, should I? I should return my consciousness. Okay, nice way for the story to fuck me over. Like, I guess I could continue for a little bit. Okay, they're aware of you, so I like using this as sort of a bait thing. Like, you're going after me, and then I go here, and then I intercept you, but they kind of caught me. Oh shit, they kind of caught me out that time. Right? They weren't doing that seemingly before, where they would pursue my thing. I feel like they shouldn't immediately know. They finish you off. The ultimate bait. Oh, I was pretty low there though. Let's see how long it'll actually let me do this, or maybe it'll just be forever. Okay, I missed the third strings pretty badly, but they didn't punish me for it. Yeah, get the one on the ground. They're really gonna be strong. I don't like this whole thing where they're able to, I don't know, switch onto me so easily. You still have your temporary boost thing. I was wondering what that was the whole time. So they'll sometimes just attack people in general. Like, they just knock that fucker over. You got to be quick about it. Like, we kind of greeted pretty hard there, but they're not going to punish me. You're no smelter demon. I could do this all day. We're farming experience if it was the kind of game that gave you that. I guess that's good enough. I just sort of wonder whether it would actually stop at some point. But they're giving you an infinite supply of people too, which sort of spoils you, and you might not realize, yeah, that was a very greedy, dumb thing to do. It does sort of make you feel invincible though if you use these mechanics properly, but at some point it's going to take this shit away from you. Oh shit. It's going to take this away from you in terms of, you want them to be close, but you want them to be sort of distracted at the same time. When you, everybody's sort of low, that guy's kind of keeling over, this guy maybe seems fine. He's just pretending to be weak because he doesn't want to be taken over. So now, oh no, I blundered my, oh fuck. Dude. You're in good health regardless of anything. The combo only works because you got to do that poise break aspect. Okay, that was bad. See if we can get somebody else here. He's very low. I don't like that. They do that sort of lunge that's pretty bad. Everybody's sort of injured a bit now. But that's kind of good. You gotta have the confidence sometimes with the rolls, and I somehow missed finishing that guy off. This is pretty good. I mean, just as a basic combat system, it can be fun. But it'd be interesting to see weapons and upgrades and other abilities and things that you get over time. Probably just from your memories. I mean, this is going to go on forever, so I don't know what... You know, we could try to turn that into a challenge itself. Just do that forever, endless mode. Enter the Pillar of Light. Senses and sights return to me. Was I in this city in the past as well? There are other fragments of my lost memories. I should search for them. I guess maybe there's nothing super exciting else to see. But I don't like how nobody really noticed. This body, something is out of place. Wait, what? This body is heavy and suffocating. Too light, not enough strength. He didn't have anything to say about that one. Maybe because I just did it too quickly. He's starting to interject with flavor here. So stiff, this body is hard to move. This guy he didn't complain about. So maybe I'm actually vetting for the proper thing here. Right, like I get a seal of approval because he doesn't complain about that. That is right. By connecting with bodies, I shared senses with various humans. Yeah, as you're doing right now. Like, he's a little bit slow to understand what you're going through. I guess there's not much flavor we can get out of this, but you're able to, you know, most of it is exhausted, or I guess we're getting some amount of flavor just by switching, but he seemed happy with this body, so I guess you could say my body is ready. A strong body that has the power to rival them. I faintly remember such a sensation. Rival the Slitterhead, so you have Slitterheads, not Splitterheads. Better, like, what do you call it? But we'll still have to keep switching anyway, so what good is it? We'll find the one body that's good enough, but then every time we get weak, we'll have to switch around to, you know, as it's such a big strategy that it's kind of pointing to. But no, that means he's fought these things before and he knows them, and that one didn't seem all that intimidating. I was having trouble catching up to us and stuff. My mission, yes, it's to eliminate those monsters. However, it's not possible with my current power. I must regain enough strength to destroy them. That is where to begin. Sorry I'm going to be late, but she didn't even say it. She didn't say anything. So that was both bad lip syncing and bad dubbing or whatever. What was that? Curious. What is with that? Like how the dialogue is all... I want to remember, yeah, they wanted to copy Dark Souls all the way, but they incidentally copied the bad lip syncing because of the few characters who do have exposed mouths. Most characters in Dark Souls 1 at least, have like helmets or something where you can't see their lips, as if, you know, as if they were talking. So that's a good way to subvert having to show lip syncing. But then even the characters who are exposed, who you can see their faces, don't move their lips when they talk. So they're like just talking to you telepathically or something. It's really scuffed for a game that is so good. I want to remember a little more about myself. So that girl was kind of obviously going to be the main character here, I guess. I don't know why she's so powerful, though. I'm just keeping this guy because he had nothing negative to say about him the way he did every time I switched the body. Searching for something in the past, I was unable to make sense of things within the chaos of the crowded city. That is right. To find my target, I should get an overview from a high place. However, how do I reach such a place? We gotta go all Assassin's Creed. Possessing humans? I mean, you could just walk there, but this dude's too lazy. He's spoiled by possession. You cannot move easily. Okay, I'll take your advice into consideration. See, you have nothing to say there, so maybe you can move easily. And now we can like use our thing from here to sort of look around, but it doesn't seem to let you go super far. Like you can go R2. Waypoints are sometimes so boring because like they, you know, let you figure this shit out on your own, but you know, that could end up taking forever, but that just means the scale and the scope. That's kind of the duality of modern gaming, where people will say, on one hand, everything's too easy, but on the other hand, it's way more complicated than ever. It's just that we're used to getting spoiled by not only waypoints and everything like that, but also the fact that, what do you call it, of like wikis and guides and meta whatever kind of shit that people use, especially in multiplayer type games. What's the point though? Oh, we're gonna try to combine. I get it. Like we're gonna keep trying to go higher, I guess, with this shit. I just don't get why the lip syncing and stuff is so bad in terms of either characters like aren't saying anything or they don't appear to be saying anything. I don't really get it. Hey, can you hear me? Hey. No use as expected. The consciousness has gone to sleep. Average liberal, am I right? Average Democrat voter. The consciousness of this being has gone to sleep. I like that. That's what we call woke in modern times. How oxymoronic. A burning city and 3 demons. What? It seems there's still more. Are those 3 demons going to be like the lords that we kill in Dark Souls? I like how much you can just abuse this mechanic, though. It's absolutely kind of shameless. It's even encouraging you to do that. Keep switching for the bonus buff that you get. And keep, like, it doesn't penalize you for switching a lot. It actually rewards you with the buff and the extra health and everything. Humans are frail. Their sheer numbers are a potent weapon. Just like insects. I need to remember how to use a body better. Okay. Remember how to fight. Well, your health is already unsatisfactory to me. You got to get them while they're distracted. And they kind of sidestep me there. Just keep spam switching. I have no shame. But it doesn't work as well when you... Yeah, I'm always afraid to go for the combo hit because it feels like you're able to... It feels like you're going to get hit as you're trying to do it, but you're kind of hitting their poise, right? You're sort of knocking them back in terms of what you get in Dark Souls, obviously. At this rate, my weapon will break just from taking a hit. Remember how to maintain a weapon. Or it hasn't broken so far from hitting them, though, I guess. Enemy attacks can be repelled and neutralized with deflect. Parry, but I was never much of a parrier in Dark Souls. Neutralize with deflect. A guide will display the direction. I'm not even going to do this shit, but I guess sometimes you'll have to. That'll be the hard mode. We're not allowed to parry, but more just because I won't be good at it or I don't like it. Displaying the direction just before an enemy attacks. While in a defensive stance, it will activate if the camera is shifted in that direction right when the guide lights up. Use appropriate timing the moment that it lights up. It may be easier to successfully perform the action by watching enemy movements than inputting it just before it hits. I don't really get what you're doing, though. You're just doing the direction, or... Enemy attacks can be repelled. Okay, hold L2. Focus on the enemy. And then R, like you hit the right stick, or what? Oh, I don't like this already. You hit the right stick in the direction of that, or... A guide will display in the direction. While in a defensive stance, it will activate if the camera is shifted in that direction. Right when the guide lights up. I'll give it a try, but I'm already not happy about how annoying it's going to seem to be. Oh, no, it's going to break because I mean, you have infinite fodder humans to play around with, but... Okay, let's try it. Okay, I think that's all you have to do then. Just move the right stick. Okay, go here. It always seems to, like, target the person. Okay, I'm doing it kind of too early, I guess. Let me try. I love how he kills these people by collateral sometimes, too. They're already overusing this enemy type. You can kind of spam it, though. The enemy will attack from many directions. Or wait, that saves my sort of stamina, too, for the weapon? Or I guess that was the whole reason why he brought it up, because he was afraid my weapon was going to break. It's sort of delayed, though. You have to wait, like... too long, right? He's too slow, or you got to learn that for every enemy as far as the timing of it. So yeah, if I do it right away, it's too early. I'm not really counterattacking. My senses are returning. When deflect is successful, it will throw the enemy off balance and allow for a counterattack. Also restores blood weapon durability, or at the very least, you don't lose it the way you do with the normal block. Attacks do not display a guide cannot be deflected. Use evasion or possession to deal with them. Well, it'll be hard to decide that in the middle of combat. Like, what, I'm ready to do it, and then I won't be able to know whether it works that way or not. I didn't mean to jump like that. Okay, go for this guy. His health is too low. Okay, let me try it, I guess. I'll indulge the little tutorial. Okay, that was an unsuccessful parry. I keep doing it too early, though. That's kind of annoying. But I guess it would make sense, because otherwise it'd be too easy then. You have to kind of time it for each enemy or attack. Okay, so what do we do then? Wait, what happened? Deflect, but then what? Just do a basic attack? Fucking... I don't get it. What is the follow-up that you're trying to do? It's not even letting me attack. Fuck. Okay, you're doing that, and then what? I don't... Defeat the monster. I don't really get what the next step of it is, though. Like, you're getting, like, a... Just that it's sort of staggered. They would sometimes fall down on their own like that, too. If you successfully continue to fight attacks, blood time will activate. Time will slow more fully, allowing you to one-sidedly land attacks. The blood gauge displays in the center of the screen will activate. Let's indulge him so we can do it again, or probably another one will appear. The camera was derping out a little bit there. No, give me a couple more, because I really didn't understand that at all. Yeah, I like how they keep doing that. You can just do it forever if you want. So, it seems like you're meant to do something there, but it's not letting me attack properly when... I swear, it's like getting stuck for a second. Like, you do the parry. Maybe I'm not doing it exactly at the right time, but... Wait, why is my thing still at half here? What is... Maybe it's like a power attack that you're doing there, or maybe I can do this anytime. I wasn't doing this before, actually. I guess you can kind of hold it down there when otherwise you can't. Let me try again. We got to make use of this time, because if there's actually a real threat, it'll be a problem. I typically won't probably use this, but it seems like a big deal of a mechanic. See, that didn't do anything for me. Oh, you can do like the little back step too. I haven't done that yet. Look how stylish this guy is with it. I love that. Fuck off. The timing is actually pretty hard, bro. Because it makes it seem like you're doing it much earlier than what it actually is meant to be. Okay. But you can kind of spam it too. So if you do it early, you can kind of just do it again. Everybody's going to be on low health. You got to let some of them actually die. Or they just keep spawning anyway, but... Oh, come on. Alright, so now we do it again. I don't know. I go by as soon as I see that thing, not by when it would actually be relevant to do. I guess you get like the power attack off, but they were able to just do that shit anyway. Okay, we do it again. As if there's going to be this many people around all the time anyway. You can possess, like, this will be how you go into a boss fight. Possess like 100 people and bring them all to a place and then go into the boss fight. I don't fully understand what you're supposed to do immediately after it. You could just get a hit, but it seemed like you were getting like some sort of special hit, and I'm not really seeing what that is. You just get that. I don't really know. All right, let's get out of here. Just trying to milk it as much as possible, because this at least feels relatively comfortable despite the... We got to prove that we're on nightmare mode, because it doesn't seem that hard, even if this is all tutorial stuff. It's a case where... Tutorial, display tutorial. Can I just see the last one that we saw, because I didn't fully understand that. Combat, blood time. Let me see. Deflect rewards. Let me see. Enemy attacks can be repelled and neutralized with deflect. A guide will display in the direction just before an enemy attacks. Yes. While in a defensive stance, it will activate if the camera is shifted in that direction. But then what do you do after that? That's what I don't get. Wait. Oh, this is like tied to that, because it seemed like that was... Deflect is successful, throw them off balance and allow... Wait, this seems like this is meant to have a second part that isn't that. Use appropriate timing, guide lights up. It may be easier to successfully perform the action by watching enemy movements than by inputting it just before the attack hits. Yeah, that's what I keep getting distracted by. When the thing appears, I do it, and then it's wrong. But you're supposed to look at the attack itself. When the deflect is successful, it will throw the enemy off balance and allow for a counterattack. And it seems like you can sort of hold down the attack and do a power attack in that moment that you otherwise can't do. Do not display a guide, cannot be countered. Also allows blood weapon durability. Yeah, we got to turn it into a hitless run. Let me watch this guy again. So you do it, and then you... Yeah, see, what is that immediate jumping sort of attack that I don't know? There's still more that way. Okay, this is getting a little bit tedious, but it's a good way to introduce all the shit. Just don't fall off. Don't get hit by a car. Don't fall off a roof. All these potential things that could scare you. I sense those waves again from below. However, I would take damage if I simply jump down. Yeah, at least he's aware of that. If I swap to a different body while falling. But why do you even have to jump? Why can't you just do it from here? Oh god, I'm going to fuck this up. Can't I just do it from here? You're really going to make me do this. Okay, at least it sort of slows it down for you, but that's very scary, dude. I don't want to have to do that. Just because he's too lazy to climb up the stairs, he makes me possess a guy at the top. Then he's too lazy to walk down, possess somebody here. I know I could run faster back then. Okay, now dash. You can hold down the stick, which I always hate the stick presses as a mechanic in a game. I never really liked that. Or even like in GTA, it's kind of annoying to have to tap the X or hold it down. As if that's, you know, it's not very intuitive. You have to press the stick in for stuff, especially for something you're doing as often as sprinting. This is someone else's view, but why suddenly? You had a crush on that girl and you were trying to be that guy just to be with her. I could steal a glance through their field of vision, but if that's the case, I have a bad feeling about this. Like, you got to think about it. If he's seeing from first person, then who are we? We're like not even the entity. We're the entity that's looking at the entity. Like some other external thing that's watching him. Enemies can be detected as a presence. Presences are sense flowing like air currents. Move the camera to check the flow and head in that direction. Kill the target till the target dies. Wait, what? Wait. Search for the source of the vision. I'm not really understanding the sight jack. Wait, I don't... It flows like air, but it seems like it's going in every direction. What do you mean? I cannot sense the presence. I don't really get it. It just seems random what I'm looking at. I'm getting close. I'm not really understanding this mechanic. Wait, I didn't take too long, did I? That could be a failure state if I cause this to die. That was very unclear, actually, what was happening. Average lip syncing moment where nothing even happened. This is going to be a different one than the one we saw before, or maybe it can change forms too. This smell, are you another one of those? Okay, that's fine. Or wait, now there won't be anybody else to take over. Or there will be. Shit. Okay. Interrupt the middle of a combo with that shit. Oh shit, he gets that shit even as a side swipe when he wasn't even looking at me. Oh, that's so unfair. I did the parry and he still got me. Good thing there's always an endless supply of people around. Okay, that was a very bad combo. Okay, that's what we want to do as far as the jump. I gotta switch again, but this guy's gonna be low. Oh, there's nobody left. This will be my ultimate weakness. Just gotta keep switching between two. But he kind of keeps on one when you do that. This is kind of cheese. Just keep doing that. Now he'll attack that one. Then go to here. Then do it again. He gets you kind of with the wide swing swipe though. Okay, that guy's gone. Now we go for another one. Okay, let's try to do it with an honorable parry for the finish, which I can't do. Look at that. You're going for the punish on the parry, and then he just interrupts you. Like, how is he able to do that? Oh, shit. I'm sort of abusing this a little bit too much, but... Okay. That's our first Slitterhead kill, I guess. But we had seen that first one, obviously. Yeah, this is very Thing-esque. Okay. Yeah, how about we escape from this one? You could have left in all this time. Ah, yes, of course. You didn't think to leave during that whole fight, but you think to leave now. Well, that that really went well. Now we can save her by possessing her, maybe, or we seem somehow attached to. What is this? Is this the true form of those things? If she had the right idea, try to run away at that point. I should probably wait and understand what it's doing before I go too far into it. Alley monster. Imagine having the balls to do a triple combo against something like that. I'm more than happy to do one hit at a... Oh, shit. One hit at a time, but I don't really understand what's going on either. Look how much health it has. Is this what it's going to be? Just sort of a health padding thing? Don't roll when you can just switch like that. No, at this rate, it seems like there are more bodies I can use. What should I do? She is alive, despite such injuries. Will the body hold out? It will be a gamble. Something must be special about her, though. He's so fixated on her all the time. Maybe when you possess her, it really makes her whole again. Yeah, I don't get what's up with the lip syncing or the voice acting. Is very odd, but I just thought that was the nightmare mode health padding, that it would just take forever to do that. Now we'll just stay as her the whole time, but I don't get what that means then in terms of the, you know, switching with other bodies all the time. What's the point of that mechanic then? We'll lose her epic body if, you know, we won't be able to use that as much if we're dedicated to being her all the time. Oh, shit. I don't know what's even happening. Hey, what's going on here? Good question. I can't... Is someone controlling me? It's like body isn't mine. I can't do anything, though. Reciprocal communication, now is not the time for that. What the hell am I doing? Yeah, that's why I was getting hit there. A rarity has been discovered. An individual with extremely high fusion affinity with the protagonist's soul has a high vitality and combat potential, seems to maintain consciousness even while possessed. Other humans were exhausted, they cannot be used in the state, but this sensation of overflowing strength deep inside the body, the power is... Huh? What are you doing? Active skill, revive all. Revive all with the skill selection key. Activate the skill button. How do you do that? Increases the blood in her own body. For a set time, continuously recover HP. Also heals surrounding humans, immediately revives all humans on the verge of death. Effect continues for a set amount of time, even if you switch possession to another body. I'm not seeing how you're doing it, though. Set skill revive all. Set it to R2. Wait, I don't... That's kind of a cheap time to go for it, I guess, but we're sort of healing, and you're getting in these weird things where you feel like you can't move. I don't really get it. Spirit power. Skills consume spirit power. Skills that use spirit power have blue icons. Skills that use blood have red icons. Okay. Spirit is blue, red is blood, which would be health, I guess, or is that some other thing that we've been using without realizing it all this time? Like what we're doing when we parry. Spirit power value is maintained even when changing bodies via possession. Spirit power is recovering by executing a successful deflect. Also recovered when taking damage. Yeah, that's how I'll get it more so. Skill 2. It's doing a bit too much right now. Like, we can get this later. Sonic claws. Use claws of blood to generate a forward moving shockwave. Hold the skill button to charge and then release it to unleash it. Consumes blood. Okay, so what is this going to be on? It's being a little bit unfair with how... R2 is to set skill, so I don't understand that. Or no, R2 is actually to use the skill. That didn't seem to really do much. It should work. Keep using it and finish it. Okay. Let me switch. I don't really understand, but even rarities have trouble defeating enemies alone. Use humans in the areas. While not possessed, rarities will automatically evade enemy attacks. They have high endurance, so are difficult to push to the verge of death. When in a pinch, assertively possess a different body. Okay. And then we wait for like maybe the skill to come back. I really don't know what's happening. She seems kind of stiff at times, like I'm trying to fucking do something. Like, what is going on with her? What the hell is happening? I'm trying to like almost distract, but I need like that healing ability right now. Oh. I can't fucking... I gotta maybe rely on the deflect a bit more. He's not even doing anything. Okay. Okay, deflect. Okay, I messed up. Okay, get out of there. Gotta spam deflect. I gotta get used to doing it because it's gonna be dumb. He's really not doing anything. We're both playing the same way. He's mirroring me. What is happening? Kind of maybe not the best idea to do it like right in front of him, but it seems impossible to really get away from him though. He's being so weird. Just give me something to deflect, man. Fucking... He's not doing anything. Nice AI, bro. Okay, I guess I'll just do shockwave. You gotta get in these sort of combo sequences, but I could totally deflect, but he's not letting me, so I don't know what to do. You think you're so scary with the way you move around, which it is a little creepy, but... Okay, messed up. These deflections are a little weird, but he's not giving me very many opportunities to even do it. Okay, I messed up. Let's switch around a little bit. Not that you're really even trying to fight in this mode as much, but... Or you actually still do a decent amount, even in there. You got to keep finding her and remembering which one she is. You go here, I would have wanted to do that, but I can't. Yeah, you shouldn't mess around with these people, but something's awkward with the way she moves. Like, you seem more mobile with these people, and I seem to be getting thrown off almost a little bit by the camera. I'm almost just trying to stall for the time where we can use her again, and I keep forgetting which one she even is. There she is, just to try to heal. Okay, I can't. I'm hitting her almost with my own shit. Can we just use the revive all, dude? What the fuck is going on? There's just so many people you can't really lose because you can just keep doing this all day, right? Just keep switching, spamming, getting one hit in. But I didn't even get it with the proper character. I don't know, something about her movement was almost awkward and weird, as if a shotgun would really be that effective on something like this. I didn't really get it. She seemed sort of stiffer. Her rolls weren't as good. The deflections were pretty hard to do. And that thing was playing so defensively, I guess, against her mainly. Everybody else was almost doing more damage to it, or he was distracted when it went for her. So therefore, it opens up something That's what I was wondering. Like, if she's so powerful, then when you switch, it actually makes you weak as shit. So why would you want to ever do that? But that was our first, like, sort of boss type encounter, which I didn't seem to lose any lives or anything in that. You're asking her, like, why would she know what the hell this is? This is gonna be one of the demon bosses. This is, oh, these are like the 3 lords, I guess. Well, it didn't start off too bad, but there's gonna surely be a difficulty spike, like regardless of nightmare mode. Presumably it had more health because of that. Oh, it was all a dream. Great. 10 out of 10 writing. But maybe that's just how it appears to her. I hate that it keeps showing the mouse like that every time. Like, I clearly have a controller in. I'm trying to use a controller. Everything's burning. The city, even me. You know, can I, like, quit out from a moment like this if I want to save it? Like, that's a good enough session. I'm not going to risk anything more, but I don't really like her whole movement pattern. Like, something was stiff. I would roll with her, and it wouldn't be as smooth as rolling with the other people. Or I was getting hit even through the blocks, or I wasn't very good at deflecting. That was kind of my problem. Or I wasn't getting much damage in with my base attack, or I didn't fully understand the abilities. Like, it's kind of all, something was scuffed about her. I swear that something with her movement pattern was weird as hell compared to the other people that you control. Everything's burning, the city, even me. Was it all just a dream? No, it couldn't be. It hurt so much. That's right, that monster, it attacked me. I thought yeah, 10 out of 10 voice acting too. She keeps murmuring there. I thought I was gonna die. I can remember so clearly. Then something inside me. Good evening, it's time for the midnight hour, starting with today's sports news. In the Badminton World Championship doubles category, a rare new record was set after 27 years. Following this, can you hear me? They don't really seem to do any proper voice acting. It's all just sort of mumbling and weird and badly lip synced. Who's there, huh? Where are you? Show yourself, pervert. I am not there, or you could say I am nowhere. What the hell are you talking about? They used all their budget, I guess, just for the gameplay, which isn't bad, really, but I am inside you. What do you mean? Wait a sec. Are you that voice in the alley? No way. That's gross. Get out of me. I'm afraid I can't do that now right now. What's your game here? My game? I do not know, not clearly. I too would like an answer to that. But there are no other humans I can communicate with. Please hear me out. You're one to talk. I almost died, you know. I don't want to hear it. Keep me out of it. But I guess you also helped me, didn't you? I figured I had to fight that thing. I was desperate, but I ended up saving myself. That's right. I realized one of them was to be wiped out. That's my mission. Wait, what? What am I saying? That is right. I have no memories or strong feelings like you do. But they must be exterminated. That is my one clear thought, my mission. Yeah, but get somebody else to do it. We may have ended up mixing somehow. They must be stopped before... What are you doing? Sort of floating around right now. They must be stopped before they attack more people. I may be thinking that now due to your influence. Come to think of it, or they keep blaming each other. Like, I'm thinking that because of your influence, and she's thinking that because of its influence, the entity. Come to think of it, I never told you my name. I'm Julie. Julie, got it. Nice name, right? Is it? Well, whatever. And you got a name. What should I call you? Anything is fine. It is of no importance. What are you anyway? A ghost or some kind of possessing spirit? She kind of accepted this a little bit too smoothly and easily. The Legend of Hayaki, Leopard Head, and Night Owl. How about Night Owl? What is that? It's from something a long time ago. It's like a security system, actually, some camera system. It's kind of hard to explain. Well, I'll tell you eventually. Nice name, though, huh? Is it? The mysterious voice. Okay, so this is a good time to... The nightmare flashback, the mysterious voice. Talking with rarities. Have a conversation with rarities in various locations. Sometimes it will unlock... so you can play as either one, I guess. Unlock new missions by obtaining information. Contents of conversations will be stored on the memory screen, but then she'll get jealous. You found another rarity besides me? I thought I was the only rarity for you. Wait, it's not letting me cancel, though. Yeah, what if I use that as a way to quit? Like, that should be a good safe zone where it doesn't feel like I'm cheating by quitting out. So it was moderately interesting. I was very confused by that combat encounter. And another rule I always have in these is, like, I'm not allowed to go back and do something again, right, if I want to practice or see something I missed. So, again, I didn't die, so it seemed to be fine, even though it is on nightmare mode. So, yeah, we could definitely make a series out of this. The one thing I don't like is the whole, whatever. I had to switch on my whole position to do it, but I have to remember to get like some more books or something to potentially put my mic on, because this maybe is not the greatest position. Okay, see you later. But yeah, it doesn't seem bad. At least the combat seems okay. The story and the dialogue and stuff seems very contrived, though. I don't know if it's really worth $50 that way.